President Trump is so mad at Thomas Massie, right? And Elon said, I'm going to back Thomas Massie.
Of course. As opposites attract.
People in Kentucky who vote for Thomas Massie really like Thomas Massie.
Did you watch his Theo Vaughn interview?
I watched part of it. I'm kind of a Thomas Massie fan. And I think that I like that he represents his constituents. I think that a congressman should represent the people that voted for him, not represent the party. I know that's a crazy idea, but that is literally the job of Congress, to represent its constituents, not to represent the party. And somehow in this 2025 kind of congressional presidential cycle that we're in, everyone's like, oh, I can't believe you voted against our agenda. It's like, no, your job is to vote for my agenda, not our agenda.
Exactly.
If you represent me, you're supposed to represent me. I feel like Thomas Massie does that. Why? Because he wins his election cycle every single time by like ridiculous margins.
Yeah.
People voted for him. They want him to do what he does. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I don't agree with at times, she is uber popular in her congressional district.
Yes.
She is doing what they want her to do. Maybe a pain in the butt for all of MAGA, maybe a pain in the butt for the entire Republican Party. But again, your job is not to represent the party. Your job is to represent your constituents.
You got it. It almost seems like that was kind of the undersigned of becoming a representative of your constituency as they vote you in, is that you're supposed to be the voice for the people who voted you in, not necessarily for the APACs of the world or the larger agenda. Makes a lot of, what you're saying makes a lot of sense, Matt, is what I'm saying.
And a special shout out and side note to my congressman, Andrew Clyde, who we've interviewed on the podcast before, who I'm a big fan of. I think it's really rare in life, especially in this country, where you actually like your own congressman. I really like him. He takes no money from APAC. He is always on the forefront of everything 2A. He voted last night against the big, beautiful bill.
Oh, he did.
He's one of the 4 or 5 people that did it.
Oh, really?
I think eventually he's shifted, but at least he signaled that, hey, I have a problem here.
Lie to me harder.
I like him. I like the fact that he takes almost no outside money. He pretty much self-funds the entire campaign himself. And he cares about things, and you don't see him in the news. He's just sitting there working on policy. And he votes against shit all the time. But because he's not on the internet and because he's not doing a lot of interviews, people don't know his name. But Andrew Clyde, my representative from Northern Georgia, that's my guy.
Props to you.
This podcast episode was brought to you by VP.net, the only VPN that can't spy on you.
What is fascinating in this clown world timeline that we're in, that a Thomas Massie would be getting as much playtime as he is. Because what you just said is absolutely true. If you have a politician who is actually doing the right thing, actually being the voice of his or her constituency, saying no to the hard things, saying yes to the hard things, and not compromising, not becoming essentially a small hat representative, right? They usually get zero playtime because you cannot allow for good people to do good things. And so it is fascinating that in this clown world of a timeline that we live in, that Thomas Massie is getting as much playtime as he is when we have the President of the United States telling the world on the Twitter sphere and on the Truth Social sphere that he's against him, right? And so what is Thomas Massie doing that is allowing him this much playtime, number one, and what is making Thomas Massie successful, do you say?
Well, I think he's been consistent. Thomas Massie was, I'm America first, and anything that's against the America first agenda, I'm against. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend more money, I don't like it. He has this pin with the federal deficit.
I love
that's
that.
always counting.
Yeah.
And anyone asks him, like, how come you don't support Israel? He's like, because I'm American. I don't want APAC money. That's not American money. That's not American agenda. I want to focus on things that are better for my constituents.
Oh, man.
And how can you be mad at that? You don't have to agree with him, by the way.
Yeah.
But he represents the people that elected him. That's how every congressperson should be. They should represent your interest and your interest only, not the greater overall interest.
So you just said you don't have to agree with Thomas Massie being America first,
No,
essentially.
he doesn't represent you.
So let me ask you this: why do you think people are against America first? Like I, in my rational brain, it is so hard for me to conceive of a reality in which you live in America, you benefit from American infrastructure, social systems, social services, governmental, good or bad, oversight and constraints. Like, you live in America, you benefit. Period. Full stop. What in a person, Matt? Maybe you can answer this for me. What in a person with all of that context would not vote for people who are America first?
Tribalism.
Ooh. Is it as simple as that?
I think it's simple as that.
Is it where dogma overtakes rationalism? It's just like my red versus blue. My team red must win. My team blue must win. Right? That's it.
Yeah, it's this weird party politics. Party is more important than your constituents. Party is more important than your individual. Party is king. And let me tell you something. This is exactly why we did not like the Democratic Party. Because the Democratic Party is party first.
Oh, yeah. They made that clear.
The MAGA movement was supposed to be, it's not party first, it's America first. But now that MAGA has won, it's party first.
Nah.
It's the same shit that the other side has done. And maybe that's how politics is. I don't know. But, okay. Well, Elon came out and he said, I'm going to start a third party if this bill passes.
Yeah.
And everyone here knows we're not big Elon fans.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm going to start a third party, and it's going to be a Freedom Party or America First Party, whatever it was. I forget the name of the party. I'm going to start a third party. And they did a poll, and they found out 70% of people would be actually really interested in that third party.
I think I remember that, yeah.
He has so much data right now on the United States. When he says something, I don't even know if he believes it. I think he's an egotist, like technocrat, king, wannabe ruler of the world type of guy. I don't trust him at all. But he has enough data on the country to know what's actually resonating with people. So when he comes out and says, I'm going to support Thomas Massie, I'm against this bill, and I want to start a third party, do you know what that says? I don't fucking care what Elon says. It means America is actually talking about that. It actually means it has a possibility.
That's very meta of you.
It just doesn't have to be him.
It's very meta of you. I think in many polls where they're actually trying to poll accurately, we find that most Americans are America first. Most Americans are rational, down to earth, salt of the earth individuals who just want three things: happiness, peace, and prosperity. Right?
Safety.
Right? Call it safety. Right? They want to live alone in peace. They want to build their family. They don't want the government involved. They don't want to pay a lot of taxes. They don't want their eggs to be $9 an egg. Right? They want their gas to be back to. It would be great if it was back to 82 cents. Oh, do you remember those days back in the 90s? Like, Americans are very simple. Most people in the world are simple creatures. We just want peace. We want prosperity, and we want you to leave us the fuck alone. Like, that is like the majority of humans, and so. It is good to know that the vast majority in surveys, in honest surveys, really are America first, really are kind of more to a Thomas Massie type of model. That's good to hear. That's encouraging.
I think a third party would be extremely interesting.
Do you think they'd even have a cold day in hell's chance to win, actually, though?
I think if someone like Elon were to fund it and push it, I don't think it's impossible. I don't love the idea that Elon would be in charge of it because I don't like him at all.
He's
and
a
I don't
loose
trust
cannon.
him. Exactly.
He's proven that.
Yes. I have a lot of problems with him. But the reality is, if you want to actually have a chance at a successful third party, you need someone like him, basically who has unlimited money to fund it.
And
it's not possible without him or someone like him.
Yeah. And if I may, it probably will cost less than sending a rocket to create a third party in terms of monetary funding requirements, right?
Somebody has to eventually do it. I don't think that he should be the leader of it.
Yeah.
Like if Tucker ran as a third party candidate.
You like Tucker?
I like Tucker. I think he's an honest, genuine guy. I don't agree with him on everything, but I don't think he's a liar. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, he's like a CIA plan. I don't think so, actually, at all.
I mean, did you see his last interview with the Israel First guy?
Oh, Ted Cruz? Dude. Banger episode. Thanks for watching the clip. If you want to see the full episode, click here. If you want to see more clips, click here.